Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions. Welcome back to the show, Kevin King. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Danny. How are you, man?
Good, good. Very hot here at the moment, but I can imagine it's not going to be as hot as it will be next week when I get to Austin.
Yeah. It's not hot in the UK right now compared to what it is in Austin. We're at about 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and what's that in Celsius for you guys over there? About 39, 40, something somewhere around that range.
Jeez. Yeah.
But
No, it's
yeah,
hot, but not that hot. Yeah.
we've had
But you got aircon, right? It's
we
not.
do
It's
we do have air conditioning. That is the difference here. We
You
do
notice
have
that, right? When you come to the UK, very few places other than hotels, malls, and stuff like that have aircon. The generally not across the board. Everyone in their home has air conditioning, like they do in key areas like Florida and stuff in the states.
yeah, oh yeah, we have air conditioning here, and we got a couple of events happening outside. You know one of them doing
Yeah,
you're DJing on a boat on the last day doing this big boat party. It's going to be outside,
yeah.
and we're ready. I mean, Mark, my event producer, has got he's got the extra bottles of water and the little things that go around your neck, to keep you
Mm,
cool and everything. He's ready.
excellent, cool. Let's chat NFTs. It's something that I mentioned off call. I know Isabella's big on this herself, and I know that you guys chat a lot about it as well. I know you covered some areas of NFTs at Seller Sessions, but it's an area I don't really know that well, and obviously want to enlighten the audience as well in terms of benefits to NFTs related to Amazon sellers. So is there stuff that we can start off with for those who don't know about NFTs? General breakdown.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people hear the buzz about crypto and NFTs, and there's a lot of negative buzz right now. It's called a crypto winter, where a lot of the cryptos have crashed, and so a lot of people are a little gun shy on it, especially the ones that don't understand it. But the people that understand it are really excited about the future, and it's not so much you know, the the craziness of someone sold an NFT for $60 million, some piece of artwork or some crazy amount, or a Bored Ape Yacht Club for $300,000. It's more the underlying technology that's really where this is going to go, and it's in its infancy. So there's a lot of
Mm,
crazy stuff going on right now. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of just hype, but the underlying technology and the underlying principles are solid. And when
mm,
you take those and apply those to normal business, and you get away from just some of the hype, there's an amazing opportunity here. So NFT stands for non-fungible token, and basically what it's on the blockchain. So it's on the crypto, it's out there on the blockchain in the crypto world. But and a lot of people know NFTs as they think of them as JPEGs. They saw, oh, there's some cartoon character or something as a JPEG, and someone paid some ridiculous price for it. And that's where it's at right now. It's almost like baseball cards, or collector's cards, or Pokemon cards, or something like that, where there's a lot of people that have a collector mentality and are collecting these things, and and then they create some sort of demand, or the producers create some sort of demand, and it goes up. But where the real value is in owning an NFT is in what's called utility. And utility is, it's almost like, think of an NFT almost as a membership card, rather than thinking of it as a JPEG and some sort of photo of some stupid artwork or something. Think of it more as a membership card, and it's a way to brag. A lot of people on social media like to brag about what they're involved in. They like to put their profile picture as something, or something in their profile. So if they're part of some sort of NFT club, that's almost like bragging rights. And so, like, if you take a look at the most successful project, which is the Bored Ape Yacht Club, those NFTs, there was 10,000 of them that were issued in April of 2021. They came out at a couple $100, the equivalent of a couple $100, and now, depending on where Ethereum sits, they've been as worth as much as $300,000 plus. Some people have paid into the millions. Like Madonna and Jimmy Fallon, some other celebrities have paid into the millions of dollars for some that they got. The people that buy those to basically get access to be part of an exclusive club, because there's only
mm,
10,000 of them. Maybe the picture says something to them. They like that it's wearing sunglasses and it has pink hair or whatever. It says something about their personality, or represents them in some way. And then they get access to this group. So if you're in the Bored Ape Yacht Club group, for example, the utility is that you get access to everybody else that has a Bored Ape Yacht Club. Uh, so you could be a nobody and be rubbing shoulders at some event with Madonna and Snoop Dogg and Eminem, or have access to a network of financial people or other entrepreneurs, or what have you. And so that's where some of the true value is. And so from an Amazon or e-commerce point of view, what we're doing, and I'm going to be talking about this in detail at the $1 Billion Seller Summit and at Sale and Scale Helium 10's event in September, is and showing specific concrete examples and walking you through it. I know we don't have time here to do that, but how to tie that into Amazon products. So what we have a sustainable goods company that we're doing, where all the products are made out of sustainable materials. So we're taking plastics out of the ocean and actually taking those and turning and melting those down. And in fact, I don't do it, but we have factories that do it, that melt that down, and we turn those into dog life jackets. And so this life jacket is 80% recycled ocean waste, for example. But I can say that to you, and you just have to trust me. How do you know that's actually true? Well, and with NFTs, you can trace this entire process. So we can, on the blockchain, we can actually say that this NFT, this plastic came, there's companies that specialize in getting the invoices of these companies and tagging it to an NFT. And we can say that this waste came from, the Indian Ocean on this date, and it went through this process, and we could prove it. Because, there's a lot of companies out there that say we give 10% of our proceeds, to charity, or we make whales in Cambodia, and make villages in Africa or whatever. And how do you know they actually do that? You don't know if they actually follow through, or if it's certain. So with NFTs, it's fully traceable because it's on the blockchain. So the blockchain records every little transaction, and you can't erase it. You can't take it back. You can't undo it. It's there so you can see this whole process. So by using that type of technology, that provides a proof of work, a proof of scope. And then by creating a club of people who are passionate about the environment, there's a lot of people out there that are passionate about the environment, and they want to do good. They want to buy products that are helping the environment, or they want to, as a company, give back and help, reduce carbon emissions or reduce waste or whatever. And so if we create a company that does sustainable products, and we tie in the NFT, so we have the proof of work, and then we have the status symbol of the profile picture of like, look, this is who I am. I'm Kevin King, and I through the profile picture, we can have it automatically update to show how much they actually care about the environment. So we can have it where their PFP picture changes to show that, look, I've donated, X amount to save the rainforest, or I've done this. And so it's almost like a status symbol, and they can almost kind of like brag. But then we're taking it a step further, and the big problem on Amazon right now, or Walmart or anywhere else, is launching products. Amazon keeps changing the rules on on what's okay and what's not okay, and just the environment changes. We went from back in the day where Zonblast and all those guys just send out your stuff, give away for free, and have people write reviews and put a disclaimer in there that says that this product was given to me in exchange for a review. Or that went away. And then other systems popped up. We had the search, find, buy system that popped up where people are using that to rank. Some people still do that, but Amazon pretty much frowns on that now. And then you can run heavy PPC. There's all different kinds of ways to launch on Amazon, but it can be challenging, especially in competitive niches. And so with an NFT project, what you can do is we'll build a community of people who are interested in sustainable goods and buying sustainable products. They will buy an NFT from us, and it'll be cheap. It's not going to be one of these crazy kind of things. And we're not selling the NFT hoping that they pay $50 and a year from now it's worth $1 million. That's not our approach. So that's what some people are doing in the get rich quick thing, but that's not our approach. Is they'll buy the NFT for somewhere around the equivalent of $50 in Ethereum, and then they will hold this NFT and they'll be part of a club, and then they will get to as we develop new products, they will get to have a say in the products, almost like our own little PICFU in a way. And they'll say, hey, we want a baby stroller made out of recycled stuff. And if we have 10,000 people that hold our NFT, not all of them have a baby or need a baby stroller, but maybe a couple hundred of them, 500 of them, who knows what the number is, are like, yeah, I need one, or I have a friend that needs one, or I would love to have this. They'll help us in the design. We'll do all the validation on Amazon and make sure, that this is a legitimate product to launch. Then we'll we'll develop the product, get their feedback, then launch the product to Amazon. When we launch the product to Amazon, they will go and buy it, and we don't have to give a heavy discount. There might be a 10% or some small little token, but there's going to be a gamification where they get some extra points and some extra things within our NFT system for buying the product. So they'll go and they'll buy the product. That basically launches it on Amazon. And so even in competitive niches, if we have enough people holding our NFTs, and we think we will, that they will instantly launch a product, in most cases, to page one. Then other people find out about it that don't know about the NFTs. There'll be a big insert inside, not an insert, but like a special little package that almost looks like a separate product that introduces the new buyers to the NFTs into our system and come join the sustainability movement and blah, blah, blah. they'll come and they'll come into the NFTs and give it a shot after they see what we're doing, hopefully, and it'll create this whole flywheel. So that, and then as a result of the product being on, anybody that holds an NFT is going to earn. There's some rules with the SEC, and you got to be careful here. It can't be like a dividend or a stock, but there's some ways that they can actually earn basically a type of profit sharing. It's not really profit sharing, but it's I don't know how to explain it other than for the volumes quickly. I mean, I can explain in 10 minutes, but quickly, think of it as every time someone bought that baby stroller on Amazon, if you hold the NFT, you get $1 or something. That $1 you can then choose to do what you want to help some other organization. You can say, oh, okay, I participated in this these NFTs. We've earned this much money. Let's vote as a DAO to actually go clean up a river in Zimbabwe or whatever.
So, so it's like a trading chip, if you like. This is yours. You accumulate something, and you use that resource to plant elsewhere. You can distribute that resource with your reason.
You're participating in the products. You're doing good for the world. You feel good. You can show this off, and it creates this whole flywheel effect. And so that's what we're doing. And then we're going to make our own products. And then there's a lot of companies out there. One of our partners in this is involved in he sees all the deals for sustainability companies come through. He's on a board. And so all these new startups, they're Kickstarter type of things or whatever, that they're wanting to create products, but they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to take it to Amazon or Walmart or anything. They just know they got a good idea, a good product, and they're going to set up a Shopify site. But we will partner with some of them, and we will to supplement our product flow. So it's not just our products and our brand name; it'll be other people's too. So we'll become like the go-to place for sustainable products. If you want high-end, quality, sustainable products, and you care about that kind of thing, we're the place to go. And so that's what we're, in a nutshell, what we're doing. And we're in the process. We're in the process of finalizing right now. There's some gamification in there where we have you can do certain things to gamify and to earn points. We got things where we're doing stuff with some third world countries where they can take recycle, say beer cans, and recycle those and create artwork out of them. Create like they could take these beer cans and mold them in such a way and make like a little motorcycle, like a little kid, think of like a little kid's toy, like a little kid's motorcycle or something. But it's like artwork, and they can create those, and then those will be sold to the community. So we're helping impoverished places make a little bit of cash by cleaning up the environment around them. And this whole system of stuff. And so that's how we're doing now. Our NFT might go up in value, and we have some stuff for corporations that want to get involved. It costs a little bit more, but we're not doing it. Like I said, it's not the same thing that you hear in the news where some crazy piece of artwork, some ape, you buy it for $200 and some guy sold it for $300,000. That's not what we're doing. There's a component of the collectability in it. There's a component of this mindset of community. There's a lot of community built in. So and these are passionate people. So I mean, you could set up in the past, people still say go and set up a Facebook group, or set up, if you're going to launch your product, try to get to 5,000 or 10,000 followers on Facebook, and then when you launch your product, just kind of nose in, hey, we got this new product. But that's all. A lot of those people aren't buyers, but someone that spends $50 to get an NFT is serious. They're not just on some mailing list.
There's some cost there, isn't there? There's a contribution of some cost. Yeah. So
and they're participating in the process. So that's what, in a nutshell. I mean, there's a lot more details, and it gets a lot more granular in the process. And that's what I'm going to be sharing at the $1 Billion Seller Summit. Is exactly what we're doing. Here's some of the tools we're using, and the resources, and I think it's going to open a lot of people's eyes to what the possibilities are with this.
That's what I was going to ask you. If people out there going off to do their own research and stuff, like you said there, you got to avoid the scams and stuff. Is there anywhere that people can go to get generalized information on NFTs to take a look at, to get a greater understanding?
Yeah, there are some good training. I don't have them off the top of my head right here, but there are some good training programs. Even the guys from Helium 10, from this space, from the Amazon space, Manny and Guillermo, they sold out in 2019 and kind of basically retired, and then they got bored. And so they decided, hey, Manny got really involved in the NFT space, and they decided to actually do their own NFT project. And they have one called the Bulls and Apes Project. It's bullsandapesproject.com. Now, theirs is not really tied into physical products like we're doing. I mean, they are doing a card game, Theirs is more of the traditional, but it's almost like a game, and their project is done pretty well in the NFT space, but it's gamified. So it's a collector mentality. It's the baseball collector, the Pokemon collector mentality, plus the fact that you can make some money off of it. The price is like doubled. And I got involved in it back in May when they launched it, and the investment's doubled so far. That's one way to do things, but we're doing it a little bit different. So a lot of people, they just have this notion that NFTs are, like I said, just a bunch of JPEGs, and people paying crazy amounts for a picture. There's a lot more to it than that once you get under the hood, and the technology is pretty amazing of what you can do. And cool. Some of the big brands are starting to get into it now. Budweiser's doing it. A lot of them don't understand it. They just it's so new. This is like the internet in 1990 or something. That's where we're at right now. And so it's the wild, wild west. There's going to be a shakeout. There's going to be, like this crypto winter that's happening now. There's going to be companies laying off people, but out of those, it's not really ashes, but out of those downtimes is when the strongest companies emerge. You look at 2000. That's when Google, the big crisis happened back in 1992. Google came out of that, and many other companies came out of that. So that's what's going to happen here. And I'm excited about how we can tie these two. It's called Web 3.0. And tying it to what Amazon and the current is called Web 2.0. So we're marrying those two worlds together, and it's exciting times. I think it's going to do really well in e-commerce.
Cool. Next week then, $1 Billion Seller Summit. What number is this? I know you do the online ones. What is this? The third physical event?
No, this is the fourth physical one. So this is number 6. So I've done first one was in May of 2019, and then November of 2019, 2020. We didn't do one because of the pandemic. And then in 2021, we did a virtual one and in-person one. And then we did a virtual one back in February this year. And now this is the fourth. It's the 6th event, but the 4th in-person event here in Austin. It'll be the last one here in Austin. We're switching the location up next year. But it's your first time. You're coming out. You're speaking actually.
Yeah, it's the first time. Back in the day, I DJ'd in Houston, Texas. There's been a couple of places, but I've never been to Austin because I wanted to go. No, I wanted to do South by Southwest when I was in the music industry, because that would become really more popular towards the end. Mixing that and the tech industry is kind of blended. So I never got over for that. But this is the first time for me in Austin.
Well, we have ACL here too, which is about 400 ACL Music Fest, which is like 400,000 people. That's usually in October. So this is a huge music town, huge high tech town. And I think Austin, you've been to Houston or Dallas or whatever. Austin's something like those. This is a liberal city and a conservative state. It's a cool place. I wish so many people would quit moving here. I've been here about 30 years, and I think that the population then was about 600,000. The metro was about 600,000. Now it's 2.5 million, and it keeps growing. But I think you're going to really enjoy. Other than the heat, I think you're going to really, really have a good time here and really enjoy it.
Cool. So who's on the lineup?
We've got 30 talks going on over 4 days.
Highlights.
I mean, there's you're speaking, Leo Scovio speaking. We have Isabella Hamilton. From your podcast, she's speaking on NFTs and what she's doing on that platform. We have a whole Brandon Young is speaking. I'm drawing blanks right now. We have
Vanessa is speaking.
We have another Isabella Ritz is speaking.
That's right.
I'm drawing a blank on all the names.
I'll put you on the spot there. No, let me get the website up. Let's do that quickly. Let's be really, really organized. 1 second. You can tell I type very, very slowly. Let's have a look. Just faces. So Anthony, I always mess up his surname.
Anthony Confrancesco.
Confrancesco. There you go. Casey Goss as well.
Casey's actually not speaking.
Oh, okay.
Casey is moved on to some other things. But Vanessa Hung is speaking. She's always really good. I'm speaking, of course. It's a really strong lineup. and everybody brings their A game. You know, we
Yeah.
do a contest for $5,000 cash for the audience votes on who's the best speaker. So everybody's and I publish a list at the end. You know, here's the order. You know, I don't publish the bottom four, but we do 1 through 10. So you know if
Yeah.
you're not on that top 10 list, you were
You were good enough.
well.
Yeah.
You're talking it over too well.
Yeah.
But we have several, you know, Travis Ziegler's speaking. You know, we have several people that have won in the past, like 4 or 5 speakers that have won at one of the other events. And then there's a lot of new people. So it's a really, really good group. And then some of the sponsors speak, and some of them, they only get like a 15-minute session. But some of them deliver some amazing stuff. There's some really good talks and some really good tactics. You know, the guys at Clear Ads will come on. He'll show you some really cool like DSP stuff. And so it's not like a pitch fest or something. You know,
Yeah,
so
it's heavily vetted.
Yeah, it's really good. And then we do the event differently, as you'll see. It's really high end. You know, the hotel is a really nice hotel. The food is, you know, we take care of everybody. Really good food, good activities. There's parties each night. You know, the first night there's a welcome cocktail party with hors d'oeuvres. The second night on Monday, I think Brandon Young's actually throwing a little event for everybody. And then on Tuesday, we do some sessions for part of the day, and then the rest of the day we have an activity in the afternoon that's a kind of like an amazing race type of activity. We break up into teams, and there's a cash prize, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to really enjoy that, and it's really good networking, and you'll probably see a lot of stuff on social media from that day from people. And then that night, I think Elevate Brands is throwing a party for everybody. Then on Wednesday, we're back for more presentations, and then that night we have a VIP dinner. And then on Thursday, we're heading out to the lake, and we got a big party boat where you're going to be DJing, and Leo's going to be DJing. We got some really good barbecue being catered out there. Got lots of water toys. And then that night, I think Howard Ty is throwing a party. So it's going to be it's not
hold
just,
on to your liver. Yeah,
that's right. It's not just but we got healthy stuff built in too. You know, my trainer.
Yeah, you got a trainer as well, haven't you? So
yeah, last year I went on stage, you know, at the live event in September, and I put on a little bit of weight. And people, you know, I got a couple comments like, Kevin, hey, you need to take care of your health. I was like, yeah, I am. I'm aware of it. But so I said, you know what? The next time you see me at the live event, I'm gonna have dropped at least 10 to 15% of my body weight. Well, I've actually dropped a little bit more than that since then. I started working out with a private trainer, and we have a nutritionist and stuff. And so I've dropped about 40 pounds. You know, doing it slow. I'm not trying to do it some radical thing. You know, slowly but surely. It might take me a few years. So my trainer said, hey, I'd love to come, and anybody that wants to, a couple mornings I'll do a session. You know, we'll so I said, I don't know if, you know, maybe 1 or 2 people show up hungover, or you know, you might have 10 or 15, 20 people. Say, it doesn't matter. So we got some healthy stuff involved in there as well.
Sounds good. Great. Any last words, or also what's the best way for people to reach you?
Well, yeah, if you're interested in the $1 Billion Seller Summit, you know, it is limited. We have about 125 total people at the event. It's not a huge event. But it's high level. You know, most of the sellers there, you know, you'll have your occasional guy that's a little bit smaller, but the average is about $10 million in the room. So it's a really high level networking event. And so if you're able to make it out, we have, I think about 6 or 7 tickets left right now on it. So if you're able to make it to Austin, it starts this Sunday, the 14th, goes the 14th to the 18th. If you're not able to make it out, but you're interested in seeing the content, there's a replay. A replay will be available a couple of weeks afterwards, but you can sign up for that now. If you just go to billiondollarsellersummit.com, like you see next to my name there, billiondollarsellersummit.com, all the information is there. Now, that page is not some fancy. I mean, you did a podcast on this.
I've done it on conversion optimization, and I said you can't get away with this unless you're established in your world, which is because you make a point of not doing beautiful landing pages, right?
It's like a 1990s website. You go there and you're like, what the hell? This is not some flashy website. It's because it's all about the content. I'd rather spend the money, you know, delivering an awesome event and making it really special and an experience that people will remember, not just another conference. And that's where I spend it. But billiondollarsellersummit.com if you want to join us, or if you want to catch the replay, if you're interested in seeing this amazing content, check that out.
Cool. Kevin, thank you for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Guys, thank you for joining us. Sharon will be back in the chair tomorrow. I'll be back next week. It'll be probably from Austin. I was going to ask you, Kevin, if I can borrow your podcast setup at the event so I can do stuff. I know that you're doing stuff on your podcast as well, right? So I was going to wonder, have a microphone and we'll travel, you know?
Yeah, I have a mic for you and a Rovecaster if you need it.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Rovecaster,
it'd be nice.
whatever,
It'd be nice. Yeah, one complimentary of your content that you're creating for your own podcast. I'll run it by you, but it's always nice to get on the road and capture some of the atmosphere. Yeah,
for sure. And actually, you know, we'll talk. I have an idea for you on that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, guys, thanks for joining us today. As I said, Sharon's back again tomorrow. Isabella will be back in the chair. Monday I covered for her. Yes, Steve, want to check out the show, and you'll see me again here next week. Take care of yourself and your family. Much love.